Yo, what's poppin', y'all? This your boy, Hunter Granny, man, back with another tier list video. Now, in this video, we are going to be going over the nightlife archetypes and what they say about you. So, to start off, we're going to be going over the tiers, such as high risk and high reward. Now, what this tier says about you is pretty much you're a wild card, pure chaos. You never know if you're going to end up at a penthouse or at the police station up in jail, you know. Pretty much you are a friend of a friend who just moved to the city and goes like, I automatically know a spot and just buys a bottle on a Tuesday night. So that is what high risk, high reward is going to say about you. Next tier, the walk of shame. Now pretty much what this tier is going to say about you, you're going to have a lot of regret in the morning, especially messy hair. And if you're a girl or so, but if you're a guy too, you know, you're going to be carrying something that should have been on you for the whole night, right? And pretty much you're going to look defeated for the whole night. And that's what walk of shame will say about you. Next tier, lights on, no music. This one is going to be the one who wants to stay out all night, but they have to face reality, right? You can't party all night, and they're going to probably be trying to look for the afters when everyone else is tired and trying to go home. They're going to be arguing with you, the bouncers, pretty much anyone around them, and trying to start, you know, something, get the riled up, just trying to get a reaction, just to get what they want. So if this is you, you belong here. Next tier, the 3 a.m. slump. This tier is pretty interesting, honestly. We've all been there, you know. We're losing steam, you know, we're cooling down, the night is ending, sweat pouring down, the feet are hurting. We're trying to go home and call it a night. Pretty much, nothing crazy happened, you know. You had a fun night, and you realize you gotta go. So this is you. Next tier, pre-game legends. Now, this one is a pretty fun one, but you end up calling the night early, right? You are all the energy and all the fun in the beginning. You give off the good vibes of nostalgia. You probably are playing good ass music if in this tier, honestly, providing the pregame and everything like that, which you cannot go wrong. But you're probably calling a night till what, 11 to 12 a.m. It's pretty early, at least for me. But you're trying to go home during the peak hours. You know, you probably know your drinking limit, and that's why, you know, you just don't want to get like too crazy of a hangover in the morning. So if this is you, you belong in here. Next tier, peak hour energy. Now these ones are going to be through the window of 11 p.m. to the 2 a.m. window. Now, I'm not sure if 2 a.m. is being a little reaching when it comes to the peak hour energy, but just based on what I've seen, the night is still pretty active by 2 a.m. But if you're in this tier, you got high intensity and focused on the fun, maybe considered the hype man, you belong here if this says you. Next and last tier, life of the party. These are your MVPs, the magnetic energy, and everyone wants to be around them. These people will probably get you in a section if the place has sections, free drinks, probably up to the DJ booth and doing all that main character shit that life of the party people are known about. So if this says you, S tier goated. All right, now to start off here, we have the addict. This one, where do we put you? You need another drink, or you need a little something, like substance-wise, right? And you don't know when to stop. You don't know when the party's over. And you're going to be here. Lights on and no music. You know, it's pretty obvious. You're going to be here. You're going to be looking for the next function when everyone is all slumped, you know? You don't know your limit. You want to party more. You want to drink more. You want to do the good stuff more. When everyone around you is just probably trying to call it a night and not do weird activities afterwards. And you could end up in jail or have one of the funnest nights in here, but honestly, it's not safe to do. Do not be this person. Lights on, no music for you. Now we have the babysitter. Now I use this picture from The Hangover because, he's babysitting little Carlos right there. So the babysitter is pretty much you are going to be taking care of the whole group, whether you're the drunkest or the most soberest in the group. You're going to be looking out for everyone and make sure they're on their game, they're not tripping, they're not falling. You're going to call that a night for them when they don't want to, but they all trust you, right? And that's why you earn that title. Now it's debatable. I would say they could be life of the party, right? But they're most likely worried about taking care of the group more than they're out having fun. So I will say, I'm going to have to put you in pregame legends, right? Make sure you're having fun and putting your fun over theirs. So I am going to say pregame legends if you are the babysitter. Now we have the baller. Now this one is the rich one of the group. He is going to say, I'm going to buy us another round of drinks. All of you on my tab. Or he's going to be paying for his section. Money spread on the floor. Going to be tipping insane for the bartenders. Not insane, but, he got that money to be tipping like that. So I'm going to say peak hour energy. It could get tiring, right? Money can't unlame you, right? I've seen it in places. This is peak hour energy for me. Next up, broke boy.
You ain't nothing but a broke boy, broke motherfucking boy, bro.
Now, you should not be out, first of all. You should be focused on your grind, doing whatever you can to get that money up, not that funny up. But I have seen it. If they are around ballers, they will get carried the whole night. So if you're the broke boy, I am going to have to put you in high risk, high reward. You might have a couple bucks in your wallet. Maybe enough for a drink or enough to get you in. But having no money is a high risk. Say you need a ride from an Uber. You don't have the money. You're over here asking your boys, just lend me $5. I'll pay you back whenever I can. Which you're probably never going to see that money ever again if you do. But you could have one of the best nights and spend no money at all. So high risk, high reward for you. Next up is the connector. Now this person will put you on with anybody they talk to of the night, I'll say. Or they know people that are at the function or who are hosting the function. And they're going to get you to socialize. Now, it could be a little bit overreaching in some points if your friends are introverted, but why are you going out if you're introverted? You should be out socializing, making new friends, and not being a pussy and just standing there. If you get what I'm saying. I'm going to have to put you in peak hour energy. You're not going to have connectors or friends if there's no people at these hours where people are going to be there, people to socialize with, so they're not going to do much of that unless there people there. A tier peak hour energy for you. Now we have the creeper. This one straight to F tier. I'll explain what that creeper is. These are going to be your creeps at the clubs, standing there watching. There is subjective creeps out there. There are some that look but no touch, but look and touch. No excuse for either one of those. If that is you, you belong here. You have no game. Get out of the club. Go home. Next up is designated driver. Now this one has to go to S tier. But before I do, I want to explain why it shouldn't. Why? If you are a designated driver, you could either be sober or drunk or, have a little some in you. Now, DUIs are going to be the hard thing about being a designated driver. But as long as you're sober, you have nothing to worry about. It's just the case, I don't know. People I know who drive and are designated always have something in them. This could be high risk, high reward. Would I recommend driving drunk? Obviously, no, I don't condone that. But if you are good to drive, I'm just playing, y'all. Don't listen to me. I am not the person you should be listening to. I'm going to put you here. Pre-game legends. Just because of the consequences it comes with. Next subject, the drunk texter. This person is going to be hitting up their situationship or their ex or someone. I have no idea. They're going to try to get at them after the clubs and, trying to get a little something after the night is over. Now, I am going to have to put you here. 3 a.m. slump. You don't want the night to end, so that's why you're going to go there. Either you're drunk texting to clap some cheeks, or you're just drunk texting because you can't stay away from your phone. But either way, you should not be drunk texting. You could send some pretty embarrassing stuff if you do that. But obviously, you're doing it after the club or after peak hours because you but you are drunk and you're texting. So 3 a.m. slump for you. And now we have the drunkest one of the group. They are gonna be super drunk, automatically 3 a.m. slump. You could be having a good time, you could be the life of the party. But if you are drunk and can't walk and are slumped over like this, you belong here. You probably want to drink more, not capable of understanding your alcohol intake, and are gonna probably have one of the worst hangovers in the morning. A liability, honestly, if you were this person. 3 a.m. slump for you. Next one, the fridge. Now, this is a little comparable to the babysitter, but it is quite the opposite. The only difference is you are cock blocking, not babysitting. And I'm going to put you in the fridge. Now, you're going to say, honey Grant, the babysitter is a cock blocker too. The babysitter takes care of the group, right? As compared to the fridge, you are stealing joy from who the person approached in the group, because you're either jealous or you want the attention to be on you instead of them. So, walk of shame for you. The hangover. Now, this one, So the hangover is going to be the one trying to be life of the party, but it has gone completely wrong. And I'm talking about this guy right here, Mr. Allen. He is the reason they all went through hell in all the movies, pretty much. But I've had situations where they had good intentions, but the wrong execution, meaning they get everyone else in trouble, and they're honestly not that fun to be around. So I am going to have to put you in the walk of shame, unfortunately. The one recovering from a heartbreak. Now this one, I'm going to have to say pregame legends. Why? They'll have a good time, you can't lie. They're saying, oh, I'm so glad we're going out. I am completely over this person. I'm just out here to have fun, have a good time, and forget about it. Those people do exist. But there's a reason this is wrapped and not fully hearted. Because as soon as this person gets drunk, they are going to get in their head. They could either become the drunk texter or the one spitting advice or the one ranting about what happened to them. And let me tell you, man, I've seen it. I've done it. It is a necessary part of life to go through if you're going to be in the nightlife archetype. There's no doubt about it. So you will go in pregame legends. Now we're getting to the good stuff. The hype man. This one. Now I know from the Project X movie, they did fuck up. They destroyed a whole neighborhood. But this hype man was the man to make him forget all about the bad stuff and just live in the moment and have a good time. Now that's the energy you want to be around when you're out. If you have someone sulking or just not providing good vibes and are down here, you don't want to be that person. And you want one of the hype mans around you because they will give you the funnest nights you ever had. So you belong in the S tier, life of the party. Now we have the introverted, no social cue person. Now this one, I am debating putting you on the walk of shame. But if you're there to have fun, at least if you're having fun, you can be this person. But why even go out if you're not socialized, or at least be shy to be on the dance floor? Is just not ideal for me. I am going to say lights on the head, no music felt on the floor. So you will be here. You were either dragged along or just don't know anything about having fun. That's you. The NPC. This is the person that you don't know exists until you turn around in the corner and you realize they were there with you the whole time. I'm gonna have to put you, honestly, in pregame legends. You were there, then you were forgotten throughout the whole night until someone asks where you are, and then they turn around and they see you there. You could be having fun on your own, but you're just not in the group, if you know what I'm trying to say. Pre-game legends for you. The party pooper, straight up F tier. Why would you go out if you're going to give everyone else a bad time? Just because you're going through this doesn't mean everyone else should feel the way you do. So, F tier for you. The photographer, peak hour energy, I'm not going to lie. It could be a little excessive at times, but they are the ones who make the memories. They're going to be showing you the pictures and telling you, remember when we went out this night and this happened and all that. And then you're going to remember based off that solely off that one picture. And they could have made memes, your own memes. So without them, there is no memories. And I would say peak hour energy. The Rizzler. Now this one is trying to max out on talking to girls. They know the social cues. They know how to play eye tag and be like, come holla at your boy, pretty much. And they could hook up your group with another group of chicks, honestly. I'm going to have to put you at peak hour energy. The airballer. Now for this one, it is going to be hard to describe, but they are the person that the Rizzler is not. Now I have witnessed this a few times, and it's not fun, I would say, but it is a learning curve. Practice makes perfect. It just depends, right? They could be hitting up on a girl that isn't pretty much in their league, or they just don't know how to talk to women like the Rizzler does. They're either hitting on the bartender or the bottle girls and everything like that. Security, pretty much. We'll have to put you on high risk, high reward. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so I can respect that. High risk, high reward. Sippy cups, 3 a.m. slump. These ones are your lightweights of the night. Or honestly, I could put pregame legends, but it's a step down because 1 to 2 shots in or drinks, you could end up like this guy. Just as long as you know your limit, you won't be like this guy down here. So you're a step above, and I respect you in pregame legends. Solo queue. This one to describe is you don't have a pair of homeboys to go out with, so you put matters in your own hands and pop out to a bar, a club, or anywhere pretty much. Now I'm going to have to put this in high risk, high reward. Why? Based off my experience, and I've done it myself. If you have expectations for a night, you are not going to have fun. So if you're going to be solo queuing, go out to have fun, not for expectations. It should be a wild card of what's going to happen that night. And I've had crazy experiences going out by myself. I've had crazy experiences going out for myself, such as meeting new people, ending up in sections you shouldn't be in, but are somehow getting free drinks, apparently. That could happen too. So it is high risk, high reward. The high risk is not going out with people you know, but the high reward is meeting new people you can potentially know. So you're going to go here. Where's Waldo? Straight here. I will explain in a minute what where is Waldo means. You go looking for Waldo in the pictures, and it's going to take you a minute to find him. That's that friend that hangs out with you during the peak hour energy and decides to sneak off and do their own thing, and you'd have no idea where they're at, blowing up their phone, missing the calls, missing your text, until you find them in another bar, another club, or at a taco truck. And you'd be like, oh, what's up, guys? I went to go do this. I thought you guys were behind me. And these are solo mission guys after the peak hour energy. And I've had witnessed this in Mexico, and it is not fun. You know, we thought our boy got kidnapped out there, but we ended up finding him at the pier dancing with the banda over there. So just be safe if you're going to be this guy. Let the people know where you're going. The wingman. Now, this is kind of comparable to the Rizzler as well, but they can not be looking for any women that night, but will put you on with women, right? They're going to be like, yo, my boy did this. He saved a starving tribe from Africa, or he let me borrow his Lambo. So they're going to put you on, and I am going to say life of the party, because who doesn't want a wingman when they go out? Now, the one who works tomorrow as the last subject of the tier list, you will be at pregame legends. You probably have work at 7 or 8 to 9 a.m. and you're over here partying, just trying to get every ounce of the weekend before you go to work. And you're probably out till 12 in the morning, and then you say goodbye and call it a night. It's pretty safe, pretty chill, but as long as you don't drink too much, get enough sleep, you should be good. You don't want to become like this guy. We hate these guys. But pretty much that's going to wrap up this whole tier list. Let me know if I misplaced any of these, or if you have any questions. Feel free to ask in the comments down below. Feel free to request any tier list. I am open to making any type of content as well. Don't forget to subscribe and hit like. Drop a comment. Make sure to follow the Instagram link in the bio. Nonetheless, this is your boy 100 Grand signing off.